So I'm going to make this video as trying to do it in 5 minutes because I got to get it uploaded. My dad, just as kind as he is, offered to buy a tire to go on my car. And that's very kind, and thank you for that offer, Dad. And thank you for offering also to buy it some gas for the car. The thing is this is for everybody. I think, in my life I should have inspired at least enough people to want me to actually have a good, fun experience of life and not just to survive, and but to actually live. And I'll explain that here in just a minute. But so if I have a tire on the car, it needs a set of tires, but at least one new tire will actually keep me going for a little while. But one tire on the car will make a difference. The gas will make a difference. And if I'm able to get a job, or what if tomorrow somebody that I applied with a month ago, or 5 or 10 days ago, or or just 3 months ago, or what if somebody that I apply with to get a job tomorrow or the next day tries to give me a call. Now the thing is, a lot of jobs require you to actually apply online now. I actually went to Taco Bell, and they had a sign up saying that they were hiring night managers. And so I said, hey, can I get an application? They said, you have to do that online. We don't do paper applications. So if I don't have a phone, then nobody can call me about a job, and I can't do a lot of the applications that you do and resumes that you have to submit, right? So you have to submit an application. Why is it that you have to submit an ad? Because that comes begging. But that's, it's the world that y'all seem to love. So, and I'm trying to figure out how to live in it. But, so if I don't have a phone and an internet service, then having a gas in the car and a new tire on the car doesn't really make a difference, because nobody can call me about a job. So and then of course that really doesn't make a difference, because I have that's one piece of bread. I have one piece of bread. I have I got a banana, and I got 2 tortillas, and a can of refried beans. I got about that much peanut butter, not much, but I don't have bread, so. And the other day, anytime I say there's if I say a specific type of thing that I need, like I said, I needed ramen noodles, and there's no ramen noodles in the store, and this is just the way that happened. I've got 2 of these small cans of vegetables, and 1 big can. Now I said on another video that I had like 4 or 5 days of food. I think I was wrong. I think I have maybe about 2 days of food. So I got that much of spaghetti. Now I do have a little less than half of a box of instant mashed potatoes. I've got enough Bisquick that I can make 1 pancake. And I got about that much cereal. The only thing is, all those things, you have to have milk with all those things. And I've got less than half of a gallon. Actually, I'm going to use that for breakfast. Whatever I have after breakfast tomorrow, I'm not going to have any milk unless I'm able to get more. Unless I'm able to go to the store and get milk. So, what I've decided about getting the car tire and the gas is to not do that, because I would only do that if I was able to have a phone and get food and just things that I need. So I would only do that if I was able to get food and the other things that that I need to have. Phone and food and other things, So I decided not to do that because just barely surviving this. Now, I want to talk to you about what I've done during the past like 3 or 4 years. I worked at a pizza place where I got $6 an hour. Now, I got tips, right? So it wasn't just $6 an hour, but that's what I made, $6 an hour. So while I was doing that, I also flew to Texas 2 or 3 times and drove to Texas 2 or 3 times to do things for my daughter. I've sent my daughter bunches of money, all kinds of gifts, clothes, school supplies, all that kind of stuff. I went to go visit my son because he called me right before my birthday to get to actually go my grandson. I'd never seen him before, so and so I went there and was able to get him clothes and shoes and a few toys and stuff like that, because but and then I gave my son and his girlfriend all the cash that I took with me, because I could see that it seemed like they needed it. That was I went with I gave. Then when I got back, he needed some money, and so I sent him some money. I renovated my parents' backyard, and I built a golf course for my dad, and I spent maybe, I don't know, 100 hours or something putting together Christmas decorations and Christmas lights and building yard decorations and things, and making videos for and getting a light machine and all this kind of different stuff, and which I hope they use that during this past Christmas, but I don't know if they did or not. But I bought some stuff for my adopted son, Jeffrey, a stroller, and a bunch of stuff for his kids, my grandkids, and that was lots of fun. I enjoyed doing that. I have volunteered, did a bunch of work, planted a bunch of seeds and stuff in different places so that people can enjoy free food and some flowers and all kinds of stuff like that. I've volunteered at a food place and donated money for people to have food. I've given, I've stopped and, I'd see somebody on the side of the road, and, one time I was with my mom. we passed this guy on the side of the road, and we got to the store where my mom was going, and man, I started to cry, and I was like, she's like, "What's the matter?" And I said, "That guy," he says, I said, "I can't just, not do something for him. So I got to go back over there and give him some money." The other day I was going to give there was a guy standing there needing some money, and I was going to give him some money, and I thought, oh, maybe I'll go to the store and get him something and take it to him. And then I thought, well, if I do that, I take away his ability to choose what he wants. And then I'm giving him what I think he should have instead of what he wants. And, you know, I could end up picking out something that he didn't like or something, you know, maybe he doesn't, or maybe he has a food allergy to a certain thing, or, you know, maybe he's, you know, so I said, anyways, so I did all, I've done all this stuff. And that's just, I mean, if work called me, I went into work without anything. I tried doing it. You know, if they wanted me to work somebody else's shift, I just went and did it. Even one day when I was on my way to the beach to go have some fun, I turned around halfway on the way to the beach and went back and said, okay, you know, that was maybe dumb of me, but I did it because they needed some help. And you know, I wanted to do things to, anyways. So what has happened to me? Well, I got overregulated on a limousine business because I bought a limousine, and I got overregulated and overfeed on that, and ended up being kind of, I don't really like using this word when I say it, but I mean, it's true. I kind of got a little coerced into having to sell the limousine. I didn't want to do that. And then, you know, when I bought the limousine, American Express, I had about $100,000 American Express. As soon as I bought the limousine, they pulled all my business credit and all my personal credit too. Now, I'd never missed a payment. I've been a perfect customer for them. They pulled all my credit, and so I wasn't able to market the limousine business. And I just told my mom, I said, you know why companies spend a lot of money on marketing? Because it's worth it. And so then I went to, I was going to start a soft washing business, and I passed out 1,000 flyers, and that didn't work. And so all the things that I was going to do a RV resort and campground, and nobody would work with me or give me a piece of land or let me, you know, do a piece of, you know, buy it, you know, and have them work with me on, you know, how I pay for it and stuff like that. And so that didn't happen. The house that I was trying to save, I wasn't able to save that. Nobody got behind me on that thing. Nobody got behind me when I asked for help on saving my limousine. Nobody helped me do that because I really wanted to take people to weddings and stuff like that free. I was going to do after you know, all my other dreams and goals and wishes. You know, nobody got behind me on any of that. Then I thought, okay, well, I'll do a, you know, parking lot painting business, and I got one customer doing that, and no other customers. And then they towed my car and kept a bunch of my stuff. The tow company kept a bunch of my stuff, and so and a bunch of stuff that I actually needed and used on the, you know, anyways. And so you know, my folks were nice enough kind enough to get the car. They made it possible for me to get the car back, but I'm not going to be able to keep it. I want to keep it. I'd like to be able to have an idea. I'd like to keep the car. But my anxiety doesn't let me talk to that lady at that place. Actually, the last time somebody talked to him was my mom, and I don't know if she talked to him. Again, I told her, said that, you know, they would offer to extend the car payments on it, but at the same time, I feel like I paid enough for the car. But you know, it doesn't matter how I feel, right? Because how I feel about anything hasn't mattered to much of anybody. My dad, I think, you know, occasionally tries to help my mom. She didn't answer the phone to me anymore, and you know, I needed a friend the other day, and she didn't answer the phone. And I know she's stressed out, you know, but anyways, sometimes, you know, it's a neat friend. I wanted to talk to her about, you know, I was going to ask her, you know, how her day was to, you know, say I love you. And I was going to ask her about, you know, if she had any ideas for outdoor crafts and stuff, because I haven't been able to get a job. I've sent out, I can't even say how many resumes and how many hours I've spent emailing companies and calling and calling different places and what else? making ads on Craigslist saying, hey, I'll do this kind of work. If you got a job, give me a job. I've been contacting different RV campgrounds and stuff and saying, hey, are you hiring work campers and stuff like that. The number of hours I spent online looking for jobs and sending out resumes and putting ads, hey, I'll teach you how to do video editing. I'll show you what I've learned about photography. None of that stuff has worked, but and so now, what I've been doing the past like 3 or 4 months is really only surviving, and actually longer than that too. Because when I was working that job, delivering pizza, making $6 an hour, at the time, a cheap apartment in that area of the country, a cheap apartment, which wasn't cheap, was about $1,200. Now at $6 an hour, how many hours do you have to work to get that? Now you can say, well, yeah, but you were making tips too, right? Car payment, gas, insurance, all that kind of stuff, right? I was barely getting paid enough from the company itself, the $6 an hour, to actually cover like car payment, gas, and insurance, and yeah, because people use a lot of gas when you're delivering pizza. And so now, why am I worried about so I couldn't even afford a house there. I could afford a car. but that, and so now I've got this thing, and I've got this thing, and I've sure worked a bunch to try and kind of fix it up, but to have to live in these kinds of conditions, and it's not horrible, but I mean the canvas this camper needs a new tent canvas on it. It just does, and gets cold in the evening, and I don't have a heater because I can't afford it, because I don't have the money for a generator, and I don't have even the $6 a day there's one campground in all of the national forests that I found. It was $6 for electric, and then I could actually have the heater, right? But that's not where I'd want to be camping, and it's a long ways from anything. I'm a long ways from anything where I'm at right now, but it doesn't cost $6 a night, so. And then that's something when $6 sounds like a lot of money. It doesn't sound like a lot of money. It sounds like Allah's money, or I don't know. It sounds like, it's mammon is what it is, isn't it? But everybody's fine with that. So y'all's ways are not my ways. Nothing I can do about that. I mean, there's something I could do about it, but y'all have to have enough faith in me, and it doesn't seem like anybody does, because I'm not even really surviving. Matter of fact, I'm so I'm so little bit amount of surviving. I hate this language. I'm surviving in such a meager, lowly way that I don't to keep doing it. I really don't. So I guess I'm just gonna, what do they say, hold out until people decide until enough of my human family decides it's worth it, to love me enough. My dad, or not my dad, I'm gonna say, daggone it. Somebody once told me that, you have to wonder if a person is worth the investment in them. And my first thought was, people are not investments, right? Investments are traded on the stock market and all that kind of stuff. People are not commodities. They're not investments. People are family. Enough enough of my human family is going to have to, I guess, to decide that that they want me to live a vibrant, abundant, joyful life. I don't know any other way to say it, because just surviving, I don't want to just do that. I don't want to just do it. If I'm going to just survive, no, I don't want to just survive anymore. So, make a, I know it's telling me not to do this right now, but I'm going to do it anyways, because my wives, or any of the girls that I love, have not presented themselves to me as saying, you know, hey, I love you and I'm in love with you and I want to be with you. And I got these for them, in case a girl, and actually, you know, I thought, okay, well, if a girl ever comes into my life again and wants to be a part of my life, is, you know, in that kind of way, she can choose from one of these. Now, they're not actual real gold or anything, but I thought they were beautiful, and I thought they were made with good quality. But I'm you know, if you want to make if you want to donate to the channel or something like that, and you want one of these rings, just say you want one of them, and I'll send it to you, because I have a use for it, but they don't think that I have. The women that I love, or that I could be in love with, apparently think that I shouldn't have a need or use for those things, because look at where I am, and look at how many, you know, look at my girlfriend. Oh, there's nobody here. So anyways, that's this video. I'll try and get it up before I turn the phone off. I love you, and so I'm really kind of stranded here. I mean, I got a donut tire that might get me into town, but I'm not going unless I'm going to go to just live a meager life. I'm not going to do that. And I bought something that was by a company named Meager once, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about living a lowly, poor, you know, just kind of surviving, you know, not actually. There's no way to say that, right? So I'm just going to shut up and say that's my video, and, you know, I hope I get to live a fun, happy life. And if not, I love you, and it was good knowing you. It's good video. And right, might as well go to 23, because I'm not going to edit this video at all, because I don't have time really to edit it.